Hi, once again, I am Mrs. Grace Ayongbola, the teacher. Yes, so now we're going to be discussing a very important topic, and that's, like I said in my other video, we are focusing on kids and their education, kids and how they behave while learning, and like I said before, a peek into their life even at home. Okay, so now we're going to be discussing about the types of kids we have. Some parents don't know that kids differ from kids. Yes, kids actually differ from kids, because I can have a child, a boy, you can have a child that is a girl, and they behave similarly alike. Why also I can have a girl child, you can have a boy child, and they behave not alike. So we have lots and lots of kids, and that is why we are going to be looking at the different types of kids that we have, especially as it pertains their education or their educational life. Now, the first kind of kid we have is the ones I will call the passive kids, or need I say the passive learners. Yeah, let me put it that way. The passive learners, that is the types of kids and their learning. Yes, the passive learners. Now, the passive learners are those ones that in class you see them, they don't pay attention. In class you see them, it's either whilst the teacher is busy talking or explaining, you see them picking things, you see them busy with probably a pencil. They just keep doing things that are distractions, and to most teachers, they find it very hard to, like, this child, concentrate, what is wrong with you, and all that. But unknown to these teachers, these kids learn passively. They don't give you 100% attention, but it still doesn't mean that they are not learning. They are learning. Their own way of learning is in a passive way, in ways you feel that, oh, they are not listening, whereas they are picking things that even those that are listening can't even pick. That is one kind of kids. Now we have the other type that are the active kids, or the active learners. These ones, when you are teaching as a teacher, they always give you 100% attention. When you ask for the attention, they give it to you 100%. They are not easily distracted. They look at the teacher, even when the teacher is making notes on the board, or when the teacher is doing something, they are following the teacher in toto. These ones are the active kids. They listen to you. When you pause while explaining, they know, okay, this is pause. They pause with you. When you pick up from where you left explaining, they pick up with you. Now, these are another type or set of kids, the active learners, or the active kids. Now we also have this other kind of kids they call the auditory learners, or the auditory kids. Now, these things I'm trying to say, I'm like putting a lot of things together to give you these types of kids, to give you all of these types. I put a lot of things together. So this other one, the auditory, these ones, they may not necessarily be in the class where that teacher is. No, they may not necessarily be. Have you heard of this proverb that says the child that has a mother gives, when the mother is giving that child an advice or a counsel, the one that doesn't have a mother listens, probably through eavesdropping or something. This is just the example of auditory learners. They may not be in the class, or the auditory kids, they may not be in the class where you are teaching. They may just be passing, or they may just be at that environment, not necessarily in your class or in that space where you are. They may just be in the environment, and you hear them pick things here and there, and they just pick things. They learn through what they hear. Now, this kind of kids, when they are at home, parents have to be careful of what they say whilst they are home, because they necessarily may not be in the midst of parents who are talking, but whatever it is they hear, they pick it up and it sticks immediately. Now we also have the visual learners or the visual kids. Now this type of kids, they are the ones that you don't have to talk. When you talk, you are wasting time. When you shout, you are wasting time. When you do all this talking, listen to me, how are you, you are wasting time. These ones, they learn through what they see. What they see. What they see. You know, I once had a child in my class. I just discovered that he doesn't talk, and because he doesn't talk, well, I feel he expects that you should know the kind of person he is and meet him at that point, that particular point. So you know, it took me time to actually know that, oh, he is not even a passive or an active or an auditory, but a visual learner. And so I just discovered that when he is sitting, he scribbles, he draws funny cartoons and all that. And I started thinking on, okay, what to do, because most times when I'm in the class teaching, then I don't teach with pictures. I just teach, you know, bring out maybe 1 or 2 sentences or statements here and there, explain to them as it come down to their level for them to understand, and I'm done. But having this kind of kid in my class, I had to go back, sit down, and start drawing pictures, giving them pictorial charts, giving them drawings. I had to go the extra mile of learning how to draw cartoon characters, how to do, you know, a lot of things, because this boy was in my class. And he is not an active learner, he's not a passive learner, he's not even an auditory learner, he's a visual learner. So if I wasn't able to come down to that level, then I would lose him in the class. But you know, I was so lucky to have easily noticed his kind of person, and I just tapped into it and we became friends. And need I say, he performed excellently well, because in everything I do, I try as much as possible to you know, visualize things. Is it in maths? Is it in science? Name it, I visualize it. So we have kids like that. They learn through what they see, through what they watch. That is why, as much as possible in nursery sections, I oftentimes advise school administrators or school people who want to go into school that it is very good for nursery classes to have television. Yes, because at times you have need to play them videos either from YouTube or from a learning site, a learning station, for them to understand. Take for example, if you want to teach a child purification of water, after explaining in the class, kids who are visual learners, that, oh, you've explained, they don't understand you. Kids who are visual learners expect you to play out those things in the telly, so they'll be waiting for you to, like, okay, play the video. Now that is when we now come in to start explaining. By the time you start playing the video and you explain, I tell you, you will get their attention and they will get that thing perfectly well. Now that is one kind of kid, the ones who are visual learners. Don't forget, I've talked about the passive learners or the passive kids, the active learners or the active kids, the auditory learners or the auditory kids, now the visual learners or the visual kids. Now these are all examples that I can mention now and here. Now, if for example you have a child who is just going to school for the first time, I always tell parents who are my friends that we talk together, I always tell them, I say, see, do you know your child? Do you know the kind of child you are having? Do you know if your child is the passive learner, the active learner, the auditory learner, or the visual learner? Which one is your child? We also have kids who are both visual and auditory. In fact, those ones are more or less like, need I say, balance, because it's either you explain or you show a video, they are good to go. They are very good to go. So I ask parents, do you know your child? Do you know the kind of child you have? Because I must be frank with you, parents out there, if you know the kind of child you have, you will not want your child to emulate another child, because your child may be this kind of learner, while the child you want your own child to emulate may be another kind of learner. Then there will be a problem. There's going to be a big issue. But if you know that, oh, my child is the passive or the active or the visual or the auditory learner, you'll be able to say, okay, I know you are a visual learner. Now, how do I come in? Okay, let me buy him tablets or iPad that has that is having maybe pictures of the scheme of work for a school, or you could go on YouTube and download some pictures that deals with some of those topics you will be taught for that term. In fact, you'll be helping that child and you'll be doing the child a great service. A great service, I tell you. That is why, parents, I beg you, as much as possible, study your child. And studying your child comes from the first day of your child in school. If your child happens to be in school for the first time, as much as possible, please take note of how that child reacts when he comes back from school. If he or she is given an assignment, how does that child react to the assignment? Does the child say, "Mommy, I don't understand, what do I do?" Or, "Mommy, I wish this thing has pictures." Or, "Mommy, I heard my teacher explaining this way or that way." I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So if you know the kind of child or the kind of kid you have or kids you have, you'll be able to help them educationally. Because I do tell parents, there is no dull child. There is no dull child. There is no dull child. The only thing that is there is the approach. The approach you give to each child to bring out that potential in that child. If you have a very good approach into bringing out the potential in your child is going to do excellently well in school. But if you don't possess these things, criteria, you will be incapacitated to help your child in school. That is why I am talking today on the issue of what kind of kid or kids do you have? Do you have the passive kid or the passive learners? Do you have the active kid or the active learners? Do you have the auditory kids or the auditory learners? Or you have the visual kids or the visual learners? As much as possible, I would love our parents out there to please, if you have not been noticing or if you have not started keeping tabs on your kids or kid, as much as possible, I would love you to start keeping tabs now, so that you'll be able to know which way or what way I can come in as the mom or the dad into helping my child to bring out the best in him or her. You know, I've seen a lot of parents saying, I don't know what is wrong with my child. I don't know if my child is dull. I don't know if he's ever going to snap out of this attitude. I don't know if he's ever going to be this. I don't know if he's ever going to be like the daughter of so and so, or like the daughter of my friend. Or no. I think the question we need to ask ourselves as parents is, have I really done my own homework into knowing what kind of child I have? Have I really done my own homework into knowing the possible ways I can help this child? And I'm telling parents out there that one of the best possible way you can start helping your child to perform excellently well in his education is by knowing the kind of child you have. What is his kind? What is he made of? Or what is she made of? Is he the type that listens in class? Is he the types that play? You know, we have children that they play a lot and you feel, these ones, they don't know anything. Or this one, he or she cannot do anything other than play. No. Every child has that specific time where he or she is organized and he or she comes together and say, okay, now I want to learn. Now, it is the duty of parents out there to know when to come in, and not only parents, even teachers. It is the duty of teachers out there to know, when do I come in into teaching this boy? When do I come in into teaching this girl? Or what kind of girl is this? How do I help this girl? Now, let me give you an example. Presently, where I work, there's this boy in my class that he is more of the auditory learner. Yes, he's the auditory learner. And you know, at first when he came in first term, I had issues with him. You know, he would just sit and And I'll be like, don't do that. I'm teaching. Why don't you listen so that you hear what I'm saying? You will be able to understand. But I just discovered that when I'm done teaching, explaining, and I ask him a question like, okay, you, what did I say? He's going to give me everything I had said. He will say it. And I'll be like, wow, wow, wow. Oh, really? Okay. So, and with time, I just got to that, oh, he's an auditory learner. Even now, when I'm teaching in the class, I don't even pay him attention, because I had already known what he's of. I had already known his kind. So I don't pay him much attention, because I know at the end of the day, when I ask questions and I ask them to write out things, he will perform excellently well. I also discovered that while he's writing, if I give them maybe like a little sum to do in the class and he's writing, he comes over to where I'm sitting and say, Miss Grace, Miss Grace, Miss Grace, Miss Grace, see. And I'll be like, okay, I'll go through his work. I say, oh, really, you're getting this, but are you sure you are getting this? Are you sure this is the right answer? And if he says, yeah, I'm sure, I say, okay, why don't you go back and check again? And then he goes back, checks it, corrects it if need be, and he comes back to me. Now we have kids like that. They may be passive, they may be active, they may be visual, they may be auditory, but they just want you to be a part of their everyday work. Like if you give them some, they want you to be a part of it. If you give them anything, they want to be a part of it. So they try to call your attention to their work. Yes, we have kids like that. Please, if you're a teacher out there and you're listening to me, do not drive these ones away. Please, bring them close to you. See whatever it is they are showing you. If need be for any correction, give them the correction, or ask them to go back and revisit that question if it's not correct. And I tell you sincerely, yours, they will come back with the correct answer, because you have given them that time. There's this thing they want. They want you to feel concerned. Yeah, that's the word. They want you to feel concerned for whatever thing they are doing, and so they walk up to you, probably come to your table, come to your chair, and say, oh, Mrs. So and so, am I doing it right? Or they come and say, Miss So and so, take a look at my work. This particular one will tell me, Miss Grace, take a look at my work. Do you think I'm on the right track? And I'll be like, okay, you're on the right track with this, but this, I think you should go back and have a cross check this, or I think you should go back and do this again. And he will be so excited. Oh, okay, Miss Grace. He goes back, he will redo it, and he brings it back. And when he brings it back, perfectly, wow. So when we know these things about them, you find it so awesome working with them. In fact, you won't have any issues at all, because you would have known who they are, and you relate and tolerate them in their, will I say, comfort zone. You tolerate them there, and when you understand and tolerate them, they'll perform so well. So this is an appeal to all teachers out there. Know the kind of pupil in your class. If you have 18 kids, please know their kind. If you have 2 kids in your class, know their kind. If you have 25, no matter the number, know them one after the other. I have 13 children in my class, and I can proudly tell you that I know each and every one of them and their capabilities. If you bring any child's book to me, even without looking at the name, I'll tell you, this book belongs to this person. And if you ask me, I'll say, oh, 1, this is his handwriting, or this is her handwriting. 2, this is how the person is used to solving this sum, or this is how the person is used to doing this. And I am not magician. This only happened because I have had a lot of time with them. We've done a lot of tete-a-tete. Yeah, they are kids, but we do a lot of tete-a-tete. We are now like together. We are now just like siblings, they relate to me like their mommy. They come around, at times I pet them and all sorts. So if teachers out there can, have this this mindset of knowing your kids, you see that they'll perform well. Yeah, they'll perform well. And okay, now this is all for this video. Now if you listen to this video and you like whatever it is I have said, please share, subscribe, and then tell other people, spread the good news, spread the news about the new kidzone vlog that is now on YouTube. And I know that if you follow me one step out of the time, you see that I'll be discussing issues that are eye-opening on this platform as it pertains to both parents and teachers. All right, thank you and stay tuned. Bye.